Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on survival wisdom that could change your life. This is gonna blow your mind. Stop chasing flashy gadgets. Do what WWII soldiers did instead. You're not satisfied with surface-level history or gear that's all flash and no function. You dig for the gritty, tangible truths of how people endured extreme circumstances, and you want to apply those forgotten lessons to your own readiness today. So let me ask you this. When you look at your everyday carry or your survival kit, do you see a collection of clever modern gadgets, or do you see the enduring, time-tested principles of survival itself? Today, we're going to strip away 80 years of marketing and over-engineering to uncover a single profound piece of World War II wisdom that will permanently change how you view the tools in your pocket. This isn't about collecting militaria. It's about unlocking a mindset of ruthless efficiency that kept soldiers alive from the freezing forests of the Ardennes to the scorching sands of North Africa. We're moving beyond the myth of the multi-tool and returning to the reality of the soldier's pocket. Forget the image of a soldier laden with specialized gear for every conceivable task. The reality of infantry combat from Normandy to Okinawa forced a brutal economy of space and weight. What a man carried in his pockets, those items separated from his main kit, had to be absolute, non-negotiable essentials. These weren't convenience items. They were last-ditch problem solvers. The Allied soldier, particularly the paratrooper, dropped behind enemy lines with only what he could keep on his person, understood this intimately. His pocket might hold a folding knife, a simple screwdriver bit, a stub of pencil, and a personal memento. The German Lanzer had his Kampfmesser, or a multi-purpose Koppelschloss buckle tool. The philosophy was universal. A tool must perform a critical function, survive immersion in mud and blood, and operate without fail when fingers are numb with cold or fear. There was no room for gimmicks, only for proven, mechanical simplicity. While we often romanticize the trench knife or the fighting dagger, the most common and vital blade was the humble utility knife. The US M3 trench knife, the British aircrew survival knife, or the German Fallschirmjäger Messer for paratroopers, these were often simple, sturdy, full-tang designs with a single sharp edge and a purposeful point. Their companion was rarely another blade, but a simple screwdriver or marlin spike. This combination was genius in its limitation. With it, a soldier could open a canned ration, pry apart stuck machinery, tighten the screw on a rifle sight, splice a broken wire, dig a small emplacement, or administer emergency first aid. The tool didn't do the thinking. The soldier did. The tool merely provided the reliable physical means. This relationship between man and implement, where skill and ingenuity multiplied the utility of a simple object, is the core lesson we've lost. Complexity is the enemy of reliability, a lesson written in mud and rust. Examine any original World War II pocket tool from a collection, and you'll notice the patina of use, not the pristine sheen of an unused gadget. These items were worked hard. The engineering principle behind them was form follows failure. If a folding mechanism jammed with sand, it was redesigned. If a screwdriver tip snapped under torque, it was thickened. Modern multi-tools, with their nested pliers and tiny fragile scissors and dozen toothpick-sized attachments, represent the opposite philosophy. Form follows feature list. In a survival or historical context, a tool that fails under pressure is worse than no tool at all. It's a betrayal of trust and a waste of precious cargo space. The World War II mindset demands that every moving part, every ounce of weight, must justify its presence not on a brochure, but in the field, under the worst possible conditions. Building your kit on the principle of the pocket core is, well, not about historical reenactment. It's about intelligent adoption. Start by establishing your own pocket core. Now, this isn't your entire survival kit, but rather the foundational, always-on-you items that mirror that soldier's pocket prioritization. First, select a robust folding locking knife with a 3 to 4 inch blade of high carbon or quality stainless steel. This is your primary. Next, choose a separate, solid, pocket-sized flathead screwdriver, one hefty enough to actually pry and torque. These two items alone honestly replicate 90% of the critical utility of a World War II soldier's pocket tools. To this core, you might add a small pair of stainless steel pliers with a wire cutter notch, embodying the mechanics of a GI's fencing tool. The key here is that each item is distinct, instantly accessible, and mechanically simple. You're building a system, not just buying a single compromised device. Mastery turns simple tools into a survival system. You know, a crate opener is just a pry bar, until you learn it can also be a lever for a trap, a makeshift chisel, or even a fire steel striker. A screwdriver is just for screws until you practice using it to tension a bow drill, score a cutting line, or maybe adjust the sights on a firearm. This is where we bridge history and skill. The soldiers of World War II were often tradesmen, farmers, mechanics, carpenters, who brought a lifetime of mechanical familiarity to their gear. We must cultivate that same familiarity. Don't just carry your pocket core. Use it deliberately. Use your knife to make feather sticks for fire. Use your screwdriver to disassemble and clean a flashlight. Use your pliers to repair a backpack strap. This kind of active practice forges the neural pathways that will allow you to improvise under stress, just as they did. Carry the mindset, not just the metal. The ultimate takeaway from the World War II pocket tool is psychological. It's the cultivation of a resourceful over a resource mentality. It's understanding that preparedness is not about owning more stuff, but about deepening your relationship with less. It's about looking at a problem and seeing 5 solutions with one tool, rather than one solution that requires 5 specialized tools you might not have. This mindset of adaptive, confident simplicity is the true inheritance from those who faced the ultimate test of survival in the last century. So, I challenge you, fellow history and survival enthusiast, audit your pockets and your kits. Ask yourself if your tools honor the principle of brutal prioritization. Then go practice with them. Build that essential historical competence that turns simple objects into extensions of your will to survive. If this deep dive into practical history resonates with you, if you believe in strengthening your mind and your kit with lessons forged in the hardest times, then, well, you belong here. Subscribe to Iron Will Survival for more unflinching explorations where history meets hands-on readiness. Share this guide with others who appreciate substance over spectacle. And let's continue to build a community dedicated not just to remembering the past, but to learning from it, one reliable tool at a time.